Diamond-covered Rolls-Royce, $18 million Bugatti, and from there, it only gets crazier. These are the most expensive cars of tennis players. And you can't bring up spending millions without mentioning my boy, Andy Murray. Not only were his cars expensive, they were controversial. In his 18 years of pro tennis, he's racked up over $165 million, and I swear, this man spent every cent on his whips. Dude's literally spent $4.5 million of that on this mind-boggling Lamborghini Veneno. Look, let's be honest here. With an estimated net worth of over $100 million, there's no way this dude's getting caught in anything less. Lamborghini built just 14 of these Aventador-based Venenos between 2014 and 2015. Getting your hands on one of these limited edition Lambos would have run your pockets about $4.5 million. My guy, that's the cost of an entire mansion. Like this, and this. Also, did you know that there's a rocket launcher under the hood? Like, I don't know if Lamborghini was planning on giving people something to drive in, or something that was designed to send drivers to the moon. This Aventador has a 6.5-liter V12 and produces 740 horsepower with 500 pounds of torque. How does that play out on the open road? Well, let's just say the Veneno has the ability to go from 0 to 60 in a blistering 2.9 seconds and has a top speed of 221 miles per hour. To date, it's the most expensive new Lamborghini ever made. And even though our boy Andy's one of only 14 people on the entire planet that possesses the privilege of parking one of these super deluxe Lambos in his garage, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Who's got Andy beat? Only one of the greatest female tennis players to ever grace a tennis court, the GOAT, Serena Williams. Dude, besides the awesome documentary they made about her, she's earned over $94 million, has a jaw-dropping net worth of over $250 million, making her one of the richest tennis players ever, and has over 73 career titles, which means Serena's made beating her opponents on the tennis court pretty common practice. But now she's taken her competitive edge to the streets with her $7.4 million Pagani Catalunga. Everyone's been taking notice. Serena's stacking up quite the car collection. But anyone familiar with the iconic Pagani knows that the Catalunga in this line of cars is king. But in Serena's case, we'll call it queen. When we pop the hood on this thing, we get a glimpse of its raw, unforgiving power packed into a twin-turbocharged 6.0-liter V12 engine capable of producing 829 horsepower and 809 pounds of torque. Man, did someone say damn? Its 7-speed transmission makes driving this thing feel like you're in a freaking race car. And at a top speed of 220 miles per hour, you might as well consider this thing NASCAR ready. Move over, Bubba Wallace. Serena's 6.0 V12 Dawn Diva engine just might give your Daytona 500 stats a run for their money. But if you think for 1 second that Serena's queen of the road, she quickly loses her crown to this audacious $8 million Mercedes Maybach Accelero owned by the 22 Grand Slams winner himself, our boy, Rafael Nadal. I mean, look at this thing. For a guy that makes about $1.5 million a month, Nadal's definitely got a bag to blow. And blow he does. No, not that kind of blow. This guy loves his cars. From his Ferrari 458 Italia to his Aston Martin DBS, there's no question that Rafa's got some good taste in torch. And with deep pockets like his, $8 million for a Maybach this succulent and sweet is a drop in the bucket, and money well spent, if we do say so ourselves. The Accelero debuted in 2004 and is built on the very bones that make up the quintessential Maybach. But Mercedes made it a point to take the Accelero go a step further. It has the same twin-turbo V12 engine as the Maybach, but the traditional Maybach pales in comparison to this thing. Produces 700 horsepower, 752 pounds of torque, and has a top speed of 218 miles per hour. And the inside of this thing is a perfect fit for a king. Maybe too much to handle for this king, but certainly not this one. Our boy Rafa might have paid $8 million for this luxury on wheels, but with today's market so inflated, you couldn't even get close to the Accelero for anything less than 10. And just when you thought we'd topped the list, Nadal's Maybach is forced to take the back seat to Roger Federer's $9 million Bugatti Centodieci. Federer, who's known for his 143-mile-per-hour tennis serve, obviously cherishes speed both on and off the court. I mean, why else would he decide to cop the keys to this 260-mile-per-hour beast of a vehicle? Federer's just one of 10 people in the whole world that can call this masterpiece of a car their own. I mean, why else would he decide to cop the keys to this 260-mile-per-hour beast of a vehicle? Federer's just one of 10 people in the whole world that can call this masterpiece of a car their own. It's a throwback to the Bugatti ED 110 and was debuted at Pebble Beach as Bugatti's way to celebrate 110 momentous years of delivering ultimate supremacy in speed and fast car luxury to the roads of the world. Its unique styling cues are admittedly an acquired taste, but so are anchovies on pizza. And jalapeno-flavored ice cream? No, that's different. And Centodieci's limited edition means you likely won't see anyone else passing by you on the road driving one. But what you will see is something better and even more magnificent from our friends at Bugatti. It's this thing, the $18 million Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Now, instead of outright telling you who's driving this thing, we think it deserves at least a quick guessing game or two. Here's a hint. Besides owning a much more expensive and superior car than Federer, the owner of this road-gobbling monster has also got 21 Grand Slam titles to Federer's 20. Have you figured it out yet? If you haven't, then it's obvious you've been living under a rock somewhere on Gilligan's Island. Come out from under the rock, caveman. It's Novak Djokovic.
These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice.
With a net worth of $220 million and a collection of cars that include a Peugeot RCZ, a Bentley Continental GT, a Mercedes-Benz S500, an Aston Martin DB9 Volante, and an Audi R8, there's no doubt that this guy loves his cars as much as he loves winning on the tennis court. And his $18 million Bugatti La Voiture Noire is helping to keep the lead ahead of Federer off the court, as much as his volley and ground stroke is helping him reign supreme on the court. Sorry, Federer. But when you look at the nuts and bolts of this Bugatti, it's insane. Its 8-liter quad-turbo 16-cylinder engine packs a punch like no other, capable of delivering upwards of 1,500 horsepower in each wheel and 1,180 pounds of torque. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire easily forces riders deep into the seat cushions as it goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a mind-blowing 2.4 seconds. Today, to get your hands on one of these, you'd better expect to fork out at least $17 million. And that's just the starting price. But the tennis legend that takes the cake doesn't drive a car that's super fast or even super sporty. Nah, his is much more low-key and classy than anything you've seen so far. It's Nick Kyrgios' $28 million Rolls-Royce boat tail. Look at this magnum opus of luxury. It's like Rolls-Royce went on a date with an expensive yacht and, well, the night ended with glasses of bubbly gasoline and bumper-grinding shenanigans. Now look, we know what you're asking. Who in the world would spend $28 million on a car? But if you're asking that question, then you obviously don't know your cars, because this isn't just a car. It's the most expensive, most exquisite car in the entire world. Nick knew what he was doing when he bought this thing. It was unveiled in 2021 and is an outstanding successor to the stunning swept tail from 2017, which itself cost a reported $12.8 million. The boat tail has a unique two-tone exterior, custom high-end finish interior, and even boasts a hosting suite, complete with a champagne fridge and built-in sun umbrella, so you can pull over practically anywhere and the sunset under the umbrella as you sip something nice. Yeah, Nick wins the Grand Slam on this one. And even though its top speed is only 151 miles per hour, when Nick's cruising through the streets of Australia in this ultra-luxe vehicle, I doubt very much that he's in a rush to get anywhere anytime soon.